Friends, can you believe this is the last week of our Community Helpers unit? Oh my goodness, I'm sad to see us finishing this unit, but I am so grateful for all the fun that we have had learning about the men and women who serve our communities. Today we are reading a beautiful story called Career Day. It is written by Anne Rockwell and illustrated by Lizzie Rockwell. In this book, we're going to see different students from Mrs. Madoff's class and meet the visitors that come to their school. Now, we have talked before about who questions and what questions. Today, we're going to be focusing on where questions. So, when we meet all the community helpers, I want us to be thinking about where they work. Remember, when you hear the question where, the answer will be a place. All right, let's read together. Career Day. When special visitors come to our school, they tell us about the work they do. Then we tell them about the work we do. Today, it's my turn to introduce my visitor. What if I forget what I'm supposed to say? Sometimes that happens. Not just to me, Mrs. Madoff says, but to everyone. Here he is, right on time. This is my dad, I say. He drives a big bulldozer. He's helping build our new library. Good morning, Mr. Lopez, everyone says. Good morning, boys and girls, my dad says. There's Mr. Lopez. Where does he work? Let's look. He works at the construction site, building a library. Next, we meet Charlie's visitor. His mother is a judge who works in a courtroom. Where does she work? Yes, a courtroom, you're right. And she wears a long black robe. If there's too much noise, she pounds her gavel and says, "Order in the court." Then everyone has to be quiet. When Kate introduces her visitor, she says, "My dad plays bass in an orchestra at night. He practices all day and takes care of my baby brother, while our mother goes to work at the bank." So her dad is a musician who works at the orchestra. Michiko's mother writes books for us to read. She draws the pictures in them too. She is very good at drawing mice. Can you find the mouse in her illustration? There he is. Mrs. Madoff's visitor is her husband. He's a scientist called a paleontologist. He just got back from South America. Where, friends? That's right, South America, where he was digging for dinosaur bones. The bones tell us about dinosaurs that lived long ago. Sarah's visitor is our crossing guard. She brings Sarah to school every day because she is also Sarah's grandmother. That's why Sarah is always the first one at school and the last one to go home in the afternoon. Can you find Sarah's grandmother in this picture? There she is, holding the stop sign. Evelyn's mother is a nurse in the hospital. She takes care of all the newborn babies in our town. She tells us those babies are very, very cute, but they sure do cry a lot when they're hungry. That is true, friends. Jessica's mother takes care of animals. She's a veterinarian, the kind of doctor who makes sick animals better. So where do veterinarians work? At the veterinarian clinic, that's right, the vet's office. Sam's visitor drives the sanitation truck that carries our garbage to the big town dump. Kate and Evelyn and I wave to him just as we always do whenever he comes down our street. Hey kids, remember to recycle, Sam's father says. That is so important, friends. Evan's father wears a leather apron that holds the tools he uses all the time. He shows us how to hammer a nail. He's working hard building, friends. When it's time for Nicholas to introduce his visitor, he says, "I'll bet you've all bought groceries at the Friendly Farm Market. Guess what? My father is manager at the store." So where does he work? The Friendly Farm Market. That's right. Today, it's Mr. Cisco's turn to introduce his special visitor. He says, "Good morning, everyone. I'd like you to meet Professor Alcorn. He's my teacher at college." Hey, I never knew grown-ups had teachers too. That's right, friends. Grown-ups sure have interesting work to do, and so do we. I wonder what I'll be when I grow up. Friends, thank you so much for reading that wonderful story with me and answering where questions. I have 2 more where questions for us to answer together. Where does a doctor work, friends? Is it a hospital, a fire station, a restaurant, or a farm? Let me see. A doctor takes care of people who are sick, and the hospital is where people who are sick go to, so the doctor works at the hospital. Good job, friends. Let's do one more. Where do you mail a letter? Remember, since it's a where question, the answer will be a place. Do you mail it at the veterinarian's office, the dentist, the post office, or the restaurant? Let's see. If you said post office, you are correct. Friends, thank you so much for reading Career Day with me. I have a special surprise for you in our next video. I'm going to be introducing you to my special visitor, who is a very important community helper as well. We will see you then for our next video. Goodbye.